Story time on why I cut off my then best friend of 7 years.
Wow.
And yeah, I actually wrote some things down on a piece of paper so I don't
Yo,
forget
she got
to tell
receipts.
y'all. So our friendship started back in like freshman year of high school. It was like second semester, so this had to be around like 2013. I think we had like an English or a math class together, and she was really cool. Like she had a super outgoing like personality. Like I was the exact opposite. I was a super introvert, but for some reason we just really got along. So our friendship really stuck around all throughout high school. She would do like little things in high school that would kind of make me raise an eyebrow. Like whenever we were like walking together, and mind you, she was popular. She was a cheerleader. I totally get it. But like we would be mid sentence, mid conversation, and she would just dart in the other direction without saying anything. And I always thought that was super weird because I'm just like, I would never do that to somebody while they're talking. So I overlooked
Yeah, that is
that red
disrespectful if
flag,
you was talking.
and eventually we graduate, and she goes to school like 4 hours away, but she still comes back to see her boyfriend who lived like 15 minutes from me. So let's just keep that in mind. At the
Uh-oh.
time, I was still living with
Always a
my
dude.
parents, and the only time she would like come to town or like ask to see me is when she needed like me and my mom to like pick her up from, I think it was a
She
train
was
station on the
using you.
flyaway to go take her to her other friend's house. At
That
no
wasn't no
other
real
time
friend.
during her stay there did she come and hang out with me. She just used me for a
You're
ride.
not her
It was
friend.
my
Yeah.
mom's
She
car.
was using you.
Fast forward, we're like still friends. We still like talking on a
Y'all ain't
somewhat
friends.
consistent basis. And whenever she would come out here, she would only come out here to see her boyfriend. And she
Not
really
you.
wouldn't even tell me that she was coming to town. Like she would
Because she don't care to
accidentally
see
like
you.
tell on herself, like during conversation. She's like, "Oh, me and my boyfriend did this and this." I'm like, "Oh, you were just out here? Like, why didn't you say anything? We could have just like hung out." Like, he
She
lives
don't want to hang
15
out.
minutes from me, so it's not like you have to go out of your way to come and see me. And mind you, like we're
I'm going to pause right here. Real question for you. How many signs do you need before you realize somebody is not your friend? That somebody is using you. They don't care nothing about you. They only hit you up when they need something. This is something I learned a long time ago when I would be trying to be the best of friend to people, and I'm always the one calling. I'm always the one reaching out. I'm always the one texting. And then I woke up and I was like, yo, I'm not doing that. And usually you can tell when the minute you stop, you don't hear nothing from them. They not wondering like, hey, why you stop calling or why you stop calling? They don't care. They was never rocking with you. They was only using you.
supposed to be best friends. And it was one specific instance where me and her actually did get the chance to hang out. I had picked her up from her boyfriend's house. We had gone to the mall. We were
See,
hanging
picking
out.
her up though.
While we were at the mall, it was like two boys. They tried talking to us, but we both brushed it off because we both had boyfriends. There was really nothing to talk about. And then
It's going to be some
we
man
went to go
drama.
meet up with both of our boyfriends for lunch. Now this is like a little bit post COVID, so you could order food at restaurants, but you really couldn't sit down and eat. So we had to take our food to go, and we were gonna go take our food to one of the view spots that we really like to go chill at. On the way to the view, mind you, my boyfriend's driving, I'm sitting in the front seat, and then it's her and her boyfriend in the back seat. She brings up the boys that tried talking to us in the mall.
Why would she do
And
that? That's messy.
I don't really like feed into it too much, but like, yeah, they were just trying to talk to both of us, blah, blah,
That's
blah.
messy.
And this is where it got weird.
She trying to get you
I get
caught
a
up
text
now.
from her that she meant to send to her boyfriend, and it said, "Oh, they were really trying to talk to me. They weren't trying to talk to her." I was
Oh, see, that ain't your friend. That's a op. Oh my god, yo, why do women see? It was a red flag for me. Now let me know if it was one for you. The minute she said cheerleader, and you said you a shy kid, and you somehow are friends with a cheerleader, I'm already raising my flag. I don't think that's no real friend.
that she meant to send to her boyfriend, and it said, "Oh, they were really trying to talk to me. They weren't trying to talk to her." I was like, I literally turn around and show her,
Nasty
and I'm
work.
like, "What the? Like that's weird. Like
Nah, that ain't
I'm
weird.
not even
That's a
trying to hype
hater.
it up to make it seem like they were trying to talk to either one of us. They tried to talk to both of us, and why does it matter? Like we have boyfriends. Like
Right.
why does it matter who they're trying to talk to? Like
Cause she need that male
I just thought it was so
validation.
weird. So that
She
really like
needy.
killed the vibe after that, and like I hate to even be confrontational because we're supposed to be best friends. Like I don't feel like friends.
Stop. Hold on. Best friends? Oh my God. Yo, tell me if you agree with me. This is probably the closest friend that young lady had. That's the only way you mistake somebody as your best friend, when they only hit you up when they need something, when they only hit you up when they need you or your mama to drive them somewhere. When they in town, they don't hit you up. They going to see their boyfriend. They going to see their girlfriend. They never hit you up. They never want to hang out with you. You are always the one initiating. And you call that person your best friend? Not at all. Not at all. Oh my gosh.
I thought that was so weird. So that really like killed the vibe after that. And like, I hate to even be confrontational because we're supposed to be best friends. Like, I don't feel like friendships should ever have to be confrontational whatsoever. But that was some weird ass shit because what can you have just said out loud if you really want to say something? That was weird. So
She
I
was
let that
trying to
go.
sneak this you
And she would
and didn't
occasionally
do
come
it
and tell
right.
me like that some people were talking shit about me. I guess like some people or guys or girls from high school we went to. Mind you, like I wasn't really friends with too many people, so you really
Yeah,
had to go
that's what I
anywhere to talk shit
figured.
about me.
Yep.
And she would tell me, "Oh yeah, somebody's talking shit about you. They said
It
X,
was
Y, and
her.
Z." I'm like, "Okay, well, who said it?" "Oh, I can't tell you that."
It was
Why?
her.
Like, why can you not tell me? Like, are
Cause
you
she
not
ain't
my
your
best
real
friend?
friend.
Because in my head, if you can't tell me who said it, you must have been sitting in there chiming in on it too.
Facts.
Because as my best friend, you would absolutely let me know because you couldn't have came to my defense.
I'm sorry, sweetheart. No disrespect to you. Cute, nice little young lady, but I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. She was never your best friend. Not in real life. She was your best friend in your mind, but in reality, she was never your best friend. Probably never even a friend to you, but definitely not no bestie.
Because if you were in my defense, you would have told me who said it so we could go handle the problem ourselves. Or at least let me stick up for myself and say something to whoever said it. But no, you want to play both sides, and I don't like people who do that shit. So like after that, like our friendship was slowly kind of like coming to an end. Like the conversations became like less and less. It really didn't help that she lived 4 hours away or went to school 4 hours away. It really didn't help, and it kind of was to the point where I was like, you know what, like the friendship really isn't there. I feel like it's one sided. At one point, I felt like I was one always reaching out. She wouldn't
Told you.
reach out too much. Like
Told you.
the
That ain't no
conversation was just
friend.
dry. I was like, you know what, I'm kind of just gonna leave it alone. And we were having a conversation because at the time, like I had a nail business, I was doing bottle service, like, and I was
Uh-oh.
working, so I had like 3 incomes at one time, and I was doing pretty good for myself. Like I had moved out, like I was really on my own. It was me and my boyfriend at the time, like it was just us two, and I was making it work. Like that's just how I had to do it, and it was cool. And she was like, "Well, you should have just stayed with your parents and stayed so that way you didn't have to drop out of school." Mind you, she is the one person. If you saw my original pink tote video, she is the only person outside of the people who lived in my house who saw how badly my stepdad had beat me. Because
wow.
it was one day when me and her were talking and she
Wow.
was playing and she like bumped into me, but she bumped into the arm where he peeled the skin off. So I was like, I kind of winced a
What?
little bit. She's like, "Are you okay?" And
Whoa.
I was like, yeah, no. She's like, "No, like why are you like wincing like that?" So I showed her like my arm was bandaged up like under my jacket. Like I showed her the scars,
Wow.
not the scars, but the bruises going all down my leg. She was like, "You need to call the police." And so if you're the one person who saw how abusive my stepdad was, why on earth would you ever suggest staying there? I left so that way I could be subjected to any more abuse.
Man,
And
definitely
you're
got
gonna
to
tell
get
me I
out
should
of
have stayed
there.
so I could stay in school? Girl, like, did you touch grass at any point in your life? Because I would never suggest you stay in an abusive relationship so you can stay in school. Like, what? I know I should have ended right there. I should have ended the friendship like right then and right there. But
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? Like maybe she just doesn't
Y'all
understand
be
like what
giving
I'm
too
going
many
through. But
chances
now
out
that I'm
here.
older, you absolutely understand. Like people know what they're saying. They know what they're doing. And this right here was the straw that essentially broke the camel's back.
Uh-oh.
Me and my boyfriend, we were going through something. We had just
I
broken
knew it was
up.
gonna be
Like, and I
about a
was just like
dude.
confiding in her.
Knew it.
Like, you know, I don't even remember what the conversation really went like, but I was just expressing like, you know, typical relationship problems, and she snapped on me. "I don't want to hear about this nigga no more." I was like, wait a minute,
Whoa.
wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. I have, whenever you come to me with the problem between
Yo,
you and
she
your
was feeling
relationship, do I ever
herself.
snap at you and tell you I don't want to hear it? No. I sit there and listen, and we could be sitting here for an hour, and all I'm saying is, while you sit here and vent to me. But when
Yeah.
I'm venting to you, now it's a problem. I was like, you know what?
Not a friend.
I'm good. Because I don't let people talk to me any kind of way. I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
grew up with
You
really
got to draw the
verbally
line.
abusive parents, so that's like a trigger for me. You don't get to yell at me. You don't get to snap at me. That's it. I cut it off, right? Cut it off like a dead limb. And I know I'm not the problem because she's reached out to me multiple times over the years trying to like apologize and like rekindle. And honestly,
Nah,
like I've
don't
ignored
do it.
all her attempts. Like there's nothing left to talk about. We're all adults here. And I have never in my life snapped at any of my friends, no matter how much stress I was under, no matter how tired I was of hearing about their problems. You're my friend. Why would I not want to hear about
She
your
not
problems? This is a
though.
safe space for you to come and vent to. I didn't have any other like real sorts of like I didn't have a mom. I don't have a big sister. I don't have a cousin
Wow.
that I can go to. So low key, she was kind of like, she was like my outlet. And I'm gonna
Yeah.
be real with you. She got a sprinkle of what the I was really going through. I was really taking everything on the chin and not even really telling anybody my problems. I'm over here talking to you about my relationship problems, and you're snapping on me. Yeah, the friendship had to go right then and right there. Like it was
Facts.
done after that. Like she's tried to reach out. I don't have nothing to say. Like, and
Nah.
we're all grown now.
Don't
This
let her
happened
back
like
in.
what 3 years ago, and I'm cool. Like there's a list, baby.
Oh
There's a
wow.
list of
What's that?
agreements. I'm straight.
Yeah, this situation right here with this young lady, it's real cut and dry. That was never her friend to begin with. She may have thought that that young lady was her friend, and I'm really sad to hear that. You know, this young lady was growing up in an abusive household. That sucks. Being shy, you know, being kind of reserved, and then when you do finally get to that point where you make a friend, it's somebody that ultimately isn't really your friend. Like that sucks. Like I know what it feels like to pour all your all into somebody and want to be their friend and think that y'all best friends, and then they backstab you. Like I've experienced that and it sucks. And it's one of the reasons why a lot of people they get to a point where they're like, yo, man, forget the whole friend thing. Because if you can't get the right people in your life to truly care about you, then like what's the point? You may as well just go through life by yourself to a certain extent, or at least be very mindful of how close you allow the people that are in your life in to you, right? So I just wanted to point out that I am glad that she cut this girl off. She was never her friend to begin with, and I hope she never let her back in her life. If you have ever had in a situation or experience similar to this, feel free to share it in the comments or give your thoughts on this. Like, what's your take? Do you feel like that girl was really her friend or nah? That's all I got. Until next time, I'm Jay. Stay blessed.